Okay, I use that B40 a little bit later. But now, if I teach now that position, I go to edit and then I pick the modify position and modify. Now I see that, okay, I'm quite near of my 0 point. But this 0 is not so, that is not the point what we meant to be our origin, our coordinate system. Our coordinate system origin should be there. Your direction will be fine. You have an x plus direction to the right position and y direction going to the right. But your origin is now to the wrong place. And you have to go program data to this page. There you have that user frame. We are now data of type log_y data. You see there is a little text in the upper corner. And now we have to find that your user frame and it should be that one.
Yes.
And now you define that user frame to the wrong position and wrong place. I have to go back to the edit and then I go to define and now I pick that user method to 3 point. There is also that object method, but we don't want to change that object method for now. We only want to change that user method. And now I can teach that point. I have to fix that point a little bit. And now I can get here that I go there and I pick example my weld base coordinate system, or if I want to make sure, because that also could be my first, and that should be log_0. Then you're teaching every target, and here you're teaching those in the word coordinate system or base frame. And those setup will be good for now, for my movements, and I can pick the linear move and then I pick that base frame also. Then I don't need that one because I pick that one. But if I use that one, it might be that then this is also necessary. But I can use that base frame method in here. And then I go back to here, and now we are close our point x2. And I drive that robot to that position that I get that better condition. And I drive that point that I nearly hit that. And I take that wooden frame. I not take that green plate. I take that wood frame. And I teaching my tool in that position, and I remember which kind of position my tool is that wooden frame. And now I teach that user point x2, modify position. I modify that one. Then I drive my robot to the next target. I take that increment mode off, and then I go to x minus, to that position here. And then I teach, and I can teach that point that I don't drive to that corner. I teach that x1 near of there. And same deep depth, it should be like I have here, and I teaching there. And that will be my point x1 and modify position. Now I teaching my x direction, x1 to x2. It doesn't matter which order I teach those. I have to know where I teach x1 and where I teach my x2. And I always get my x positive, x plus direction to x1 to x2. And now I have the x direction to this. And now I take that third point. I always lift up a little bit to make sure that I don't hit that. And then I drive to my U plus, in my base frame U plus, and I drive my robot to this point. Then I put that increment also on when I get the near enough, and that center point should be somewhere in here. Now I teach my third. That will be my U1 and modify position. Then I get the OK active. Then I push the OK. now it's calculating me that new position to this coordinate, and now it's telling me that which is that coordinate system. Origin should be stand, and there is an x direction 148 and u direction 1274 millimeters, and it will be minus, and z direction will be 468. And you have to realize that this measure, it's the base frame. What we zero to your own work coordinate, work object origin. And your base frame x direction plus going that way. Center of that base plate. Center of there, I have to move now 184 millimeters to center to that way. Then I have a E minus 274. It's somewhere in that place. 1 meter 200 something. I go that way. Then I have to lift up 468 millimeters higher, and my origin might be somewhere in here. If I take the measure. And now I go, okay. Now I go to different program data page. Now I see that there is my P40. I go there and I pick there that I now use my own user frame, because I have to make that coordinate inactive. And then I go to program data. Now I see that P40, edit, modify position, modify. X should be 0, like it was, but my U direction 260, and my Z will be also 0. I only are now in the U direction is 260 millimeters. And if I put that position P40, I go there and I pick that also back to 0, but I lift up a little bit that robot. I pick here that okay, it should be 5 millimeters. And okay. And now I go my program. And there is a move J. I pick up that one, change the move L. That should be now the move L. Then I pick that one, and I go there and I pick that P40. Okay. And I also put that in the little bit lower. Then I put the fine. No, Z1 or 1. And also I have to add that my own coordinate system here. I go to move L, and then I pick the optional argument, then I pick the WOPG and use and yes, and then I put the close, and then I put the, and there is a WOPG user frame. And now I get also that in my move instruction. And I see that there is my TCP, which TCP I use, and then I see also that which user frame I use. And now I can start also driving to that position. I pick the PPT routine, trail 1, okay. And if I now proceed that instruction, it should be goes to the, because my point, target it's now the 0, 0, 0. No, this is the wrong. There is my, and I have only the X is 0, U is 0, Z is 5, and now I'm 5 millimeters higher in my origin.